Alright guys, so today we are going to see another new movie. Do these guys really do anything other than go to the movies?
Probably not.
Probably not.
If you look at our lives, it's pretty much go to movies, and work, go to movies, and make the occasional YouTube video.
Yeah. So today we're going to go see Transformers 4, Age of Extinction.
We are...
Excited? It's excitement, but at the same time, Michael Bay is a serial childhood rapist, so...
He is let's face it, Michael Bay is making... Just stop, Michael Bay, please. Do what you did in the first one. Put the reins on.
Change things, please. And otherwise, this looks like it will be cool.
It's not gonna be...
The first one was good. We actually liked the first one a lot.
The second one was lower on the scale.
Third one was better than the second.
Yeah, that's it. End of review. We don't know where this one is going to fall, but we've got guys like Mark Wahlberg, Kelsey Grammer. The important thing is that Shia LaBeouf is not in this. In fact, I think he just threw a hissy fit on Broadway about how this thing is going to do well without him.
As of recording this video early this morning, the day of Friday, June 27th, 2013, Shia LaBeouf was arrested early this morning while making a total ass of himself at a cabaret show, just to keep you guys up with current events.
If you're watching, we want to keep, whatever, whatever. Basically, Shia LaBeouf is a drunken ass, and he really shouldn't have beat this horse still, and he really should have kept continuing on with beating this horse till it's dead.
I just say he was about to shoot the cash cow in between the eyes while I was still giving milk, and Michael Bay stopped him just in time. Like frickin' Fern and Charlotte's Web. Alright.
So you're comparing Michael Bay to Dakota Fanning now.
I was referring to the animated the Hanna-Barbera animated movie, but okay. Okay, whatever. We're running out of things to talk about. See you guys in a little bit. You guys were having a movie.
Let's put this into perspective. The movie started at 8:45. It's 11:30 now.
Yeah, that's a really long movie. I saw a ton of stuff that I personally could have cut out.
And there was also some stuff that you could have added, because there were some points that were like, plot, here you go, no explanation.
Yeah, that's our big explanation right now, but that's our first impressions right now, but hold on, we'll get to the car in a second. Alright, now let's go a little bit more in depth into Age of Extinction. Starting with, of course, the directing, because
this movie was not meant to be, these movies are not well directed, because all Michael Bay is known for is one thing, and that's good action sequences. Whenever it comes to everything else, he could leave it all. He will not just leave it all alone and just...
The action scenes were amazing, though. They were incredibly awesome. Although I found myself wondering where we were, because what was going on, because I lost track of so many times.
Michael Bay, when the action sequences are, when it's robot on robot, when Mark Wahlberg on robot with robot helping him out, the camera angle is just dead on. It's straight at the action.
He doesn't use his shaky cam like most directors do.
Only when it's human on human.
Which is, of course, a good style. But he knows how to direct an action sequence. But he knows how to direct action. I'll give him props for that. I love a good, well-choreographed action sequence.
But does it say a lot when I hear a scene described to me and I just picture it exactly how Michael Bay would direct it when I hear a scene described to me from this movie? It would be like shaky cam, like human on human, shaky cam, footage, action. And then, let's see what else. But, the directing was it was just nothing but explosions, and every time there was a fight, it seemed like it was the final fight. And that's just not, and he's just shooting it all over shooting explosives off all over the place.
Alright, now I think we've had enough of Michael Bay. Let's hate on Michael Bay a little bit time, so let's go into acting quick.
Mark Wahlberg is
The saving grace of this movie.
it doesn't say a lot, but he was a good at, but I'm gonna give him and Kelsey Grammer the power of that whole thing.
Kelsey
The power
Grammer,
of this whole movie, it's in their hands right now.
Kelsey Grammer, Stanley Tucci, they were good in this movie.
Stanley Tucci was basically only in this as an attempt at the comic relief. In fact, I feel like there are two characters, basically, that were just written in to be discount Shia LaBeoufs. And that was Stanley Tucci's character, and then the boyfriend.
Shane, I think his name was.
Shane was the character's name. But
We don't know the actor's name. We don't know. We honestly don't know. We're probably gonna look it up and then we're like, oh, okay, never mind. We're never gonna hear from him again.
Yeah, because I think what they wanted was a more suave, cool Shia LaBeouf version of Shia LaBeouf's character, but in the end, he came off like discount, younger, lamer Chris Hemsworth.
Yes. Now let's go. Now, obviously, Nicola Peltz was in The Last Airbender, and we of course, and to her credit, it was not a good movie for her to start off on.
She did do.
Of course, she is hot, and it's better than with Megan Fox because she's actually the exact same age as us, so we can just go and say she's hot.
But the fact of the matter is, Nicola Peltz she gets a pass because this movie is not well known for its acting, and
the franchise is never well known for its acting. It's never well known for its great dialogue. I mean, there was so much weirdly placed humor, like John Goodman's character. I don't remember the character's name.
And it was barely said to leave an impact. That's just how weird the writing was.
But John Goodman's character was comic relief. He was funny, and
But he was basically a one-note jokester, saying basically all his jokes being, "I'm gonna blow shit up, but also I'm fat."
Yeah, and
that was the whole joke. That was his whole joke.
And then we do have a YouTuber cameo in this. I'm not
one of the YouTube, not just any YouTuber, a YouTube pioneer.
Gee, I wonder who it is.
But there is also a lot of cool stuff, like, not cool stuff. TJ Miller is kind of he's a comedian, and and a lot of people think he's funny. We've never really seen him play any
We've never really seen anything he's done, so we can't really say for sure
a lot about him. But in this movie, he was kind of just, hey, I'm here, look at me trying to be funny.
Like, he was like Anthony Anderson in the first movie, and then what's his face in the second movie, and then I guess there wasn't one of those guys in the third movie.
And then Reno Wilson came back.
Yeah.
In a small cameo as one of the characters he played in one of the Transformers he played in the previous movie.
Yes.
Won't say which one. Yeah. Spoiler alert, it's definitely not Mudflap.
But we got
and then Peter Cullen came back.
Peter Cullen was always good as Optimus. He originated the character, so he's got to be good at it. But let's talk about the plot for a second, because I saw way too much of reused stuff from movies.
Yeah, let's just talk about the plot and the writing. Look, for one thing, the half hour is nothing but exposition on these characters, and then when it gets to like the last half hour, there's a lot of stuff that's like, okay, where was the exposition for this?
Yes.
Because there are just whole things where they're like,
at the beginning,
here we go. You guys begged for this. Here you go.
The first 3 scenes of the movie are, 1, something that I was like, what the hell is that all about? The second it cut away to the next shot, which was, okay, so is this going to make sense later? And it kind of did, and it did. And then
but it never really came back to that.
And then the third one is we immediately cut back to Mark Wahlberg, cut right to Mark Wahlberg, a tracking shot of him driving, and that's it. And that's basically the first 3 scenes of the movie starting off.
And that's basically it. There's 3 scenes that really throw everything into 3 different plots, and these plots all end up kind of falling apart by the end of the movie.
Now, obviously, we have to talk. Obviously, I'm going to talk a little bit about the pieces that I saw that I feel were just taken from other movies. For instance, we have there was a magnet thing from a spaceship lifting up cars and other metal objects and then dropping them to the ground. That sounds like something we saw last year in what was it? Oh yeah, Man of Steel.
Yeah, and also, yes, another villain harnessing the power of fucking dubstep.
And then we have there's of course Days of Future Past. I'm just gonna give this the benefit of the doubt because this movie came out after, just a couple of weeks after Days of Future Past, but it had basically the same plot as the Sentinels, where they were taking the carcasses of Autobots and turning them into their own man-made Transformers.
And that's basically the evil plot from Days of Future Past.
And then finally, I just want to talk quick about Kelsey Grammer's plan. It's just shit. There was no motivation other than money. There was no real motivation. I don't see how anybody would have the mindset that he had other than unless you're a hateful bigot against these robots.
Because for one second he's like, I need to kill all the Transformers, and then the next minute he's like, this Transformer is my friend. I have to kill all the other Transformers, but this guy I can leave alone because he's my friend.
When was he like that?
Even Lockdown are like BFFs.
It's because Lockdown was on his. Whatever, spoilers. Never mind. Anyway, that's the movie.
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10, just to say that it's like, this movie was like entertaining, but if it's 3 hours, it's a 3-hour movie. It's almost 3 hours.
If you want
total.
If you want to see if you're a fan of the franchise, then by all means go see it. I mean, I liked it enough. I'm gonna give it just like a 5 out of 10. I'm 4.5 out of 10.
Either way, we're not gonna buy the DVD when it comes out. We're just gonna wait until it's like $5 at Target to buy it, like we did with the last movie, because this is just.
I'm not mad about. It's just annoying. It was long. It was drawn out.
There were points that needed to be cut and points that needed to be left alone, and points that needed a little more explanation than they got.
And personally, I can't wait but I still can't wait for Transformers 5.
Because let's just see if Michael Bay can pull anything out of the wreckage.
There's a lot.
Because let's face it, he's not. But because he for some reason he's not taking critical advice. But let's see if he can find the smoking black box in this one and do something with it.
Yeah. So otherwise, that's it, guys. And thanks for watching. Leave down below in the comments of what you thought of Transformers Days Age of Extinction. If you liked it, if you saw it, so let us know down below. And also leave down below the kind of movies you want us to see at some point or another. We may see them. Doesn't necessarily have to be a movie in theaters or anything. Just let us know. And no spoiling in the comments, or you're a Nazi. Thanks so much, you guys. See you next time. Bye.